everyone. Thanks for tuning into Sims Workshop. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So today we're going to be reviewing All We Hunger For by Anna Mercier. This is a book that's perfect for people who love anything fantasy and French Revolution and also the Great British Bake Off. This is literally a baking competition because every head of all the arts is part of like the council, right? Governing the town, city, whatever you want to call it. So the culinary one kind of died, right? So they have to fill the position. Enter in the baking competition. Everything's in French, so I'm not even going to begin to pronounce it. My French pronunciation is god-awful and terrible. So, pardon-moi. But it's, a competition. It's a baking competition. I quite enjoyed that, actually, because you're following Alara Rousseau, and her mother was actually the one in charge of the revolution that ended up kind of failing, unfortunately. It was a failed attempt at a coup. It just didn't happen, right? So her name, Rousseau, has kind of been blackballed. So her ex-boyfriend, who is leader of the new underground revolutionaries, he gives her new identity, and he's like, look, I need you to enter the competition as a distraction, right? So she does it, and she gets carried away because guess what? She's good. Not only is she good at baking, but she's good at infusing her magic into the food. Like, she's spectacular, but unfortunately she is also from the wrong side of the tracks, from the Resties, R-A-S-T-E-S, okay? So, from, like, the impoverished side of town, basically. That's where she's from. And she's awarded a place in the competition, and she's like, what? And boyfriend communicating magically through a tattoo. Lots of really fun things in this book. He's like, don't do it, you're gonna get found out. And she's like, okay. So she does it. And of course, her patron, because she needs a patron, is none other than Nick Dupont, who is the bastard son of La Fontaine, who is a bastard himself. Not like a born bastard. He's a nobleman, but he's just a bastard. Like, I can't stand him. You think he's kind of a good guy because he's really good at manipulating. He's like, no, I do want equality, except he doesn't want equality. Like, he does, but he doesn't. He wants it in a bad way. He wants to take away everyone's magic so that no one has any magic. So that way everyone's on an equal playing field. However, he does not want to create equality for the impoverished. He wants them to keep... He wants the illusion of equality to exist without it actually existing. So he's kind of a bastard. And Nick is constantly trying to prove himself to his father, because his magical ability is, in his father's eyes, undesirable, because it's art. He can infuse art with magic. It's quite beautiful, honestly. Art, architecture, he's very good at that. So it's just really, really well done, the story, especially Nick and how he grows and how Alara kind of breaks down his walls and his barriers, and he breaks down hers, and, seeing them slowly fall in love. It was actually quite sweet and heartwarming, especially because there's a lot of plot twists in the story that I didn't see coming. A lot of revelations. I was like, oh, how are they going to move past this? But they do, and they find each other constantly, and they become each other's support system. And they really, really are good characters. They're very complex characters, and I love complex characters. But again, the biggest takeaway for me was the baking competition. It was just a lot of fun. I love cooking shows. MasterChef, Hell's Kitchen, Great British Bake Off. you know, all of those shows. In fact, whenever I go on vacation, because I don't have the Food Network at home, the first thing I do is I go to the TV, obviously after I unpack. I go to the TV and I search for the Food Network. It's, you know, what I love to watch when I'm on vacation, because I don't have that channel at home. And then I get to see all these other new cooking shows that I'm like, woo! Like Diners, Dives, and Dives. I'm like, yeah! So it's a whole lot of fun for me. So I love this book and that aspect of it, and how you get to see the magic and how she balances out her flavors. Like some of these, like scorpion root, I mean, I don't know if a lot of the ingredients in the book are actually real ingredients. I think some of them are, many of them are, but just to see her thought process and how she's going about baking and her intent with her baking. I mean, she literally feeds them, and she imbues the food in one scene with the feeling of starvation. She's like, well, this is what people on the other side of that river suffer every single day. She makes them feel starvation, and the cure is just a simple glass of milk. Like, she's very thoughtful as a character. And I loved the way the author kind of like built in the revolutionary undertone to the story within this baking competition, and with Alara and Nick kind of neither of them really wanting to have anything to do with the revolution, and then slowly seeing like, no, we do need change. Our society does need change. So it was really, really interesting to see the characters grow and evolve, and to see their dynamic shift from kind of like, I want to say adversarial, because they don't really like each other, and she's really good at poking his buttons, but adversarial to friends to, you know, lovers by the end of it. And it's just a beautiful, fun story. Honestly, I enjoyed it. I loved it. It was so good. I highly recommend it. So once again, thank you all for tuning in, and thank you to the publisher for sending me an ARC of this book. I'm probably going to buy the final copy when it comes out, because I liked it that much. I really did. And I really want to support the author. So, go ahead, check it out. And thank you all for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all your book reading friends. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, happy reading.